I mean, Sunday pitching, that's about all you can ask for really on any day, isn't it, to see what you guys got today?
Yeah, it's just how we drew it up. No, I'm kidding. It shows you what Andrew Mitchell could be with some fastball command, and the fastball command was excellent. Well, I made a deal with him before the game. I usually don't always talk to our starting pitchers a whole lot. We get to a point in the week, we put the hay in the barn, then let them roll. But he's walking today too. This might be one of the neatest days of his life, and he asked me if he would be able to do that, and I said it depends on how you pitch today. So maybe we need to create some kind of fake graduation every weekend, but his fastball command was excellent, outstanding, against an unbelievable top 25 ball club, and he gets to graduate and walk for his mom, and that's a pretty good day. That's kind of what it's all about. So proud of him. Some mechanical adjustments that were significant and showed up for Calvin Coker, and got to see the ball start disappearing beneath batter swings again, swing plane, and see Davis Daniel just hang in there, battle, never quit, and get back out there for an inning of work, 94, 95, 96 miles per hour. Got a strikeout on a breaking ball. The pitching side was unbelievable, and I was just telling the team, man, it makes us feel like an even stronger ball club when you can get something like that on a Game 3, because I thought we played great in all three phases again. I love the offensive inning where we only scored one run in the third inning, because that's a leadoff double by Venter, and it's a get him over, get him in with team at bats. We only get the one run right there, but it showed me we were still locked in there. Venter made some really nice plays at third base today. Just solid all the way around, and then of course the big hits. And Connor Davis is, hit two big home runs, and that's really good to get us going. It gives us some strength, and all these guys, they kind of sit down for a while, they come back. The resiliency and the perseverance of our guys, that really showed off. And Jay Estes, I think that it needs to be pointed out. I think he was like 8 for 11 in this series. I think he got 3 hits each of the last 2 days, and you're seeing a 2-strike approach instead of when it's not going good, coming up and off the ball. See him sitting in there, and you're seeing balls go back to the middle of the field with 2 strikes. He's having some great at-bats and being rewarded.
Second sweep in 3 weeks, and now you're right back in the regional conversation and in the SEC West competition. What can you speak about the importance of a sweep over Vanderbilt?
Yeah, I think we've been, since we started 4-8, and I think everybody's like, hey, what are they doing? Or they got anything? We really kept our mouth shut, and you're seeing the difference in just our pitching. Having Cody Greenhill and an Andrew Mitchell gives us a shot. And those guys were not there the first 4 series, the first 12 games. So that's made a difference. None of this is rocket science or anything. If you're a fan that just sees the final score and judges your ball club off that, not knowing the rest of the story, so to speak, you can't get the whole picture. Cody Greenhill, and especially today coming through, Andrew Mitchell, is showing a difference. So that 4-8 turns into 9-3, and our guys hanging in there, and our at-bats continue to get better. You know, we had 3 tough weeks swinging the bats early on, with half of our team being new. But this is a great series. This gets something back from one of those stump your toes early in the year. But I haven't looked at the standings because I'm just coming in from you guys. I'm sure it's even more jumbled after today. It's awesome. It's so much fun, and that's the way we got to keep it. But if we take our foot off the gas, we could be reeled right back to where we started. We just have to continue to respect the game, play the game together as hard as we can. But there's something that we're doing. We're playing fairly relentless, but we're also playing really loose. I'm seeing guys make good decisions. I'm seeing them turn their bodies loose. I'm seeing bat speed. I'm seeing range. I'm seeing Jarvis range. I'm seeing Josh Anthony playing a good first base. Venter settling in at third. Brett Wright, consistent 3 games. It's taken like 3 weekends, and I wanted to catch him all 3 games in a weekend for him to not look like he fatigued any in a part of a Game 3. So some things came around and circled up really good for us this weekend.
Could Andrew Mitchell possibly start Thursday night?
I don't think so. Okay. And that's without discussion as well. But maybe Davis Daniel would be one of those, definitely, and there'll be some pieces to help. Maybe Davis can stretch it, and Andrew could do something shorter for us. That'd be a creative way to look at it, because we've been piggybacking those guys just like we've been piggybacking Tanner and Cody a little bit. So maybe a flip the script type deal there, because I think we're pretty committed, like we talked about yesterday or the day before, of keeping full rest with Mize and Burns these last 2 weekends. There's a conviction on our part with doing that, so we have to figure out this combination for the next 2 Thursdays.
So how difficult is it to have a midweek game against a good team when you got to play on Thursday and the pitching particularly I'm talking about?
Yeah, we don't play till Thursday, so what are we going to do? We're going to sit around. We don't go to school no more. They're out of school, man. This is supposed to be, they're like professional baseball players. We'll come back and practice tomorrow. There's no school or no tutors or anything so we're just playing ball, and we'll treat it that way and come out and try to, some guys that didn't play as much, give them the lion's share of some work tomorrow. Keep their game coming and going, and playing a, great competition on Tuesday. You need at bat. Sometimes the problem is taking 4 or 5 days off and not having a competitive at bat. So hopefully we'll use it to keep us sharp. And Jarvis is a player that comes to mind. How do we get him on that short week? Those would be the biggest things to me, is how we'd use a Luke Jarvis and to make sure all of our guys are doing pretty good. But I thought we not only played good, I thought I saw a pretty good pep in the step, and we stole some bases, we advanced and did some good things. So everybody looked pretty good to me moving out, running around this weekend.
But you mentioned it Friday, obviously, but how important has it been for Connor after you sat him down with Judd being hot like he was, to just not lose him? It seemed like he stayed locked in with Gabe, and he's going to be able to help you this last month.
That's why we gave him the Friday start, to be honest with you. We gave him the Friday start because if it drifts into 3 or 4 weeks, not having those at bats, it's hard to stay sharp. And he made the most of it. And we were not willing, me as the head coach, not willing to lose this guy and what I think he potentially could do. Especially last year as a freshman, he's inching on up now, closer to 30 RBI, and now let's go, so, but he had only hit that 1 home run against South Carolina, and those were, you're getting 2 this weekend, so you never know with young people. They're allowed to get better. They're allowed to learn things about life, and they're allowed to dust their pants off and get back in there, and man, I couldn't be more proud of him and the weekend he had, and for all of our guys, because we're going to go through ebb and flows like a Davis Daniel pitching. You're going to go through ebb and flows, be on top of the world, have to take a breath, get punched in the mouth. These are all these things, and I think we had a weekend like this because all of our guys have hung in there so well together. None of these coaches are giving up on any of these players, and that's how you see some neat things happen when guys, get another opportunity.